With 85 games in the LEGO category of speedrun.com, it's hard to definitively say where the most exciting moment comes from. Could it be a year-old run from LEGO My Style Kindergarten? Or perhaps LEGO's Star Wars Advent Calendar? When I undertook the task of finding LEGO speedrunning's most insane moment, I thought I had created an impossible task. Who am I to say that one bit is more impressive than the others? There might be a run or a trick that, to an untrained eye, seems mundane, but really takes years and years of practice to excel at. Or maybe the moment was lost forever, and a deleted run never to be recovered. But the answer managed to be much simpler than that. 3 years ago, there was a tournament broadcasted onto the LEGO Speedrunning Twitch channel, which was so absurd that to this day, it's seen as one of the best events in the game, no, the community's history. One full of clutches, chokes, and real-life weather events, weaving a story so complex that it could find its way as an Apple TV original series. Alright, maybe Tubi. The LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga Any% tournament began on June 18th of 2021, just days before the second annual LEGOthon. There were about 20 entrants who made it into the first round, and 16 in the second, but what we're focused on is the top 8. These runners were the cream of the crop. This final round was double elimination, meaning even if you lost your placement in the winner's bracket, you still had a chance to make a run back in losers to get a second shot at winning the event. The first match was pretty standard, and there wasn't much to note from either of the runners. Things just went how they went. But match 2 was a different story. We had Wii Super, or Justin, versus Bacon Soda, two very talented runners. It's worth noting that even though we're going to tend to focus on a specific later part of the run in this video, we shouldn't dismiss the early game. The Complete Saga is a gauntlet of a speed game, and to play it at a top level is no easy task. You'll notice early on that even though both of these runners are playing solo, they still have both players dropped in. This is called 1P2C, or one player, two controllers, and is one of the defining traits of LEGO speedrunning. Runners use this to breeze through the game, accompanied by some of the more iconic tricks like pod fraud, speeder skip, disco, and so much more. A lot of the focus gets put on one level in particular though, the second to last level of a given Any% run, Cloud City Trap. The CCT has a wild history, and to avoid delving too deep, I'll leave a link to my friend Chimkin's video down below, where he goes over everything that makes this level a speedrunner's nightmare, but for our sake, here's the abridged version. Nearly every room in the level is a fight against Darth Vader, so runners have nicknamed each fight room in order as DV1, DV2, DV3, and DV4. The easiest of these is DV4. Sure, there's a few tight jumps, but the safe routes don't lose too much time to consider it a major penalty. Then we have DV3, which is a single jump but a hard one, needing to be perfectly spaced across this gap early. Of course, the first Vader fight, or DV1, has its own spaced jump, but because of the camera angle and the disguise needed to open up the door at the end, the reset process is lengthy, and the jump is just as hard. Finally, we have DV2. This room needs to be skipped. It's the longest room in the level if not, so by backtracking one room, we can use a strategy aptly named DV2 skip to get under the floor and get behind the closed door. While there are more modernized and easier strategies in the present day, this wasn't the case back then, and it was considered the hardest trick in the entire game. It works by using R2 to sandwich your player into a wall when the elevator is lowering. Not only do you need R2 in a specific location, but also Luke, as being even a little bit off will cause you to fall off and die. Both Bacon and Justin were hot on each other's trails the whole race, even getting a frame-perfect same entrance into Episode 3's final boss fight against Anakin.
Uh-oh.
Bacon not with a good start.
Bacon's struggling on the house here. Still ahead. Uh-oh, that is...
Justin going for a big jump.
Oh.
Barely gets it.
Oh my
and look, they're
god!
even!
They are like dead. Holy cow. Wait. Oh my god! What?
I think Bacon's like a frame ahead, or they're like dead even. I can't tell.
Them finishing so close together sent them into Episode 5 in a scary position. This was their final episode they had to play, and when they got to the aforementioned Cloud City Trap, Justin had a 45 to 60 second lead on Bacon Soda, which wasn't helped by Bacon taking 2 unfortunate deaths in the first room as R2. Justin, however, was blazing through the level, getting fast DV1 first try and making it all the way to DV2 skip before Bacon had even begun DV1. Bacon decided to play it safe though, and instead of going for fast DV1, decided to do a slower alternative route that makes it so Luke won't die and lose the helmet by flying over as R2 first. It was dangerous to give Wii Super more time to work with, but by the time Bacon was through, Justin was still struggling with DV2.
And Bacon entering DV2 right now. He's gonna need...
He needs first try like everything.
Not DVT. Oh, Justin falls off the panel again.
Bacon missing DVT while Justin falls off the panel. That's like an interesting dichotomy. Luke in a lot better of a position here. One more? That could work.
That looks good. This looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
Bacon needs a really good DVT.
So low. Go up. What?
Bacon gets first try.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what DV3 is for Justin. Oh my god, they are so close. That's it.
Wow.
Oh my god, first try DV3 for Justin.
DV3. Bacon falls.
DV4. First try DV4 for Justin.
Bacon gets second try.
Justin gets fast DV4. What the... What? Are you kidding me?
Bacon is not far behind though. This is like... Wait, did he hit a 26 flat, the cutscene?
Yes, 26 flat.
This
He's
is
9 seconds behind.
8 seconds. Oh my god.
He can do this. He can win.
In one level, Bacon had made up most of the time he had lost earlier in the episode. Wii Super would go on to win the match, but it was much closer than he would have liked.
Justin coming up on time here. 2:32:09.
2:32:09. I think his actual time was a 2:32:16. That's just unbelievably close. I mean, you can't get closer than that, seriously.
It was an omen of things to come, as it wouldn't be the last time DV2 would be a major point of conflict in the event. The next two rounds were also mostly uneventful. The match between Zack and Bricko was close for a while, but Bricko got decimated on Rescue the Princess, and just couldn't bring it back. The VOD is lost either way, so it really isn't worth dwelling on. Because we're already in the top 8, this meant that we're now in the winners' semifinals. Senor, Wii Super, E-Roadhouse, and Zack were all doing insanely well. And although Justin blew Senor out of the water with his time, it didn't mean he was out for the count, as Senor's loser bracket matches were absurd. Not only did he finish the whole run before Bricko got through DV1, but his match against E-Roadhouse is considered by many to be the best race of all time. Unfortunately, due to the smaller size of the community back then, this race is lost to time, and all we have are the retellings passed down by other runners. The two were so close going into Bespin that even though Senor had played the best Bespin of his life and entered ahead of E-Roadhouse, he still lost, because Evan got the community best time ever seen by less than half a second, and as a result, beat him. Bespin isn't as hard as CCT is, but it still has its fair share of tricks. Door Clip is a famous one, and has broken many runs in the past. There's also the R2 box clip, which is hard to mess up, but it's still a factor, especially when nerves are at play. It's a shame that this run is lost. It's not often that two runners both gold Bespin, but the one who started behind takes home the win. Oh, they also consecutively set the best race times ever seen as a result of how crazy they were playing. Maybe one day if this run resurfaces, we can see just how out of their minds these two were playing. But wait, in order for E-Roadhouse to be in losers, he would have had to have lost his match against Zack. These two runners were almost dead even, so what went wrong? Well, as always, it comes back to CCT. Evan was about 20 seconds behind Zack the entire race, which is not an unheard of comeback at all, but he made a decision here that baffled everyone, commentators included.
Can he get DV2 skip? Let's see, so... Is he going to do the...
He's going to go for the first elevator cycle here. He's... Oh, gets it?
He gets it?
Oh, he's out. This is a potential first try. He's just got to make the navigation. Evan approaching it right now. Is Evan...
Evan's not doing it.
Zack with first try DV2 skip. Evan...
Okay.
I don't understand why he's not going for it. He was behind Zack. It's first try DV3, and that should be the match, really. I mean...
Assuming everything goes well. And
Evan's going to be over a minute behind. I don't know why Evan's not going for a CB2 skip. Like, even if he's not 100% confident with it, he was, you know, behind 24 seconds. Like, he was basically, with this strat, he was relying on Zach losing a minute 30 to DV2 skip.
Evan's reasoning for opting to skip DV2 skip was simple. It was less of a risk. If there were any runners behind him, they would be forced to do it. And it was a punishing trick. It might have worked anywhere else, but in the top 8, it was unlikely that many people would lose time to it. Out of every runner in the tournament though, he was probably the best at doing the DV2 fight normally, which gave him an edge when it came to consistency. Although it may have seemed like the right play at the time, it cost him, sending him down to the losers bracket for a second shot at greatness. We know he beat Senor, but we didn't yet know who his next competitor would be. That would be decided solely by whoever lost finals. For the winners finals, it was Zach versus Wii Super. Zach definitely seemed more on his game for the day, but you can never count Justin out. Leaving episode 1, the pair were 2 seconds apart, with Zach in the lead. Leaving episode 2, Justin was ahead by 15. Zach then retook the lead by the end of episode 4, and kept it all the way to the end, finishing 19 seconds ahead of Justin.
As there's the Falcon door opening, it's going to be 31-0X here, maybe? 31-09.
This match did show us one thing though. Nerves were real, and Justin seemed more prepared to deal with them. While Zach got second try DV2, Justin got it first try. While Zach got third try DV3, Justin got it first try. Even in DV1, Justin went for the loop jump and got it first try, where Zach chose the safer option by using the hover. It was clear that Justin was ready to take risks for the gold, but he'd have to prove himself one final time against Roadhouse to make it back up for grand finals. And this race could not have been closer. Justin had been behind the entire race, and although it started off as just a few seconds, it kept growing and growing, until eventually, he was over a minute behind right after Dagobah, the level preceding CCT. Playing well wasn't going to put him ahead alone. He also needed Evan to slip. Roadhouse once again did not bother doing DV2 skip, and instead did the room normally, which gave Justin a ray of hope.
22:27 for Justin's exit. So that's about a minute and 6 seconds off of Evan. He could potentially get it too. If he goes for a fast DV1 and gets it first try, as well as a DV2 skip, then Justin may be able to pull ahead of Evan, perhaps even pace him. I don't think Evan will be doing DV2 skip. No, he will not. Now he's got to get DV2 skip relatively quickly, like first or second try, in order to be pacing Evan. He's going to go for first try, no setup, or no setup. No backup, I mean. He gets out. Oh my gosh, they're both in DV3. That is insane. He gets first try DV3. Oh my. And just like that, Justin's in the lead now.
Despite this, he wasn't out of the woods quite yet. They beat Boba within seconds of each other, and now had door clip to deal with. Door clip is similar to DV2 skip in theory, but much more difficult in execution. It once again revolves around being pushed out of bounds by a moving object, and then walking underneath the floor to the next room. Justin got it on the first try, but took a death right after, which closed the gap in Evan's favor. They were 2 seconds apart when they got to the box clip, and half a second when pulling the levers. It all came down to the end platform.
It's happening. This is going to be it. This is it. Evan's doing Chewie right now. Chewie player 1, meanwhile Justin's doing Lando and player 1. Both getting reasonably quick, although Justin taking a little bit of death right here. Evan doing a little bit slow pull arms with Chewie. Unfortunate that they spawned too close to each other. Evan taking a death right there, same with Justin. Oh, they're both at the same time! Dude, this is going to be a frame count right now. Dude, they entered at like this, like Evan entered at barely like the second time, but whoo! Okay. We're gonna have to get like a frame count on this one, or a personal timer count or something like that. Holy cow, dude. 31:30 from Evan, 31:28 from Justin. Oh my gosh.
The difference between Justin making it back to winners came down to the very wire. And although Evan put up a phenomenal run, it just goes to show how important DV2 skip really is. It was now time for grand finals.
And now heading into Jabba's Palace, definitely one of the harder stretches of the run coming up between this, Carcoon, and Endor. You know, complex movement levels, a lot of reacting to situations that come up, especially in Carcoon, but the other levels as well. So yeah, very similar strats from both runners. We see they call in player 2 to deal with the Gamorrean guards and keep Leia safe. So yeah, both runners coming up on Droidovoid, which I think is the least consistent part of the level. Zack immediately getting it, doesn't even stop to set it up. And we'll see Justin struggling a little bit, just needed to go a little farther forward. That's pretty standard for this trick. Getting it as fast as Zack did is incredibly rare. And Zack a first try spiderless as well. That checks all the boxes for a good Jabba's. If he can just get a clean rank 4, this is very good from him. Justin with the second try. Oh no, Zack missed the grate. That is... oh no. He has to go all the way back. Yeah, they're trying to hit a transition in the grate. Hopefully we'll see Justin do it right now. I didn't see exactly what happened. He just popped up on the outside of it though, and that is a massive time loss. Maybe he's just like flustered, and that's a very that could easily be why he's missing it. But yeah, Justin is already into the cutscene as Zack is doing the out of bounds. It was a very solid Jabba's Palace. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was CG pace until he did that. That's gonna put Justin ahead by about 50 seconds, judging by the cutscene length and where they are. So now we come up on Carcoon, which is a chance for Zack to start to make back the lead. Probably the least consistent level in the game, just like all around. Alright, and then Justin with first try disco skip. That's relieving to see for him. And Zack on disco skip missing it. That's not great to see, especially with the setup they do. If you don't get it first try, there's worries about the camera not being good, and it might take a while. So, okay, second... oh no, he had the clip. I guess he just, like, on that death, he came back in. And this is really bad. I believe it's about 8 seconds per attempt on this trick. So, here he's missed it 4 times, so he's already losing a bunch. Disappointing, because he had a chance to save some time to Justin on the level after the room 1, but yeah. Tough way to lose time. Holding well over a minute lead now over Zack after the disco skip incident. Yeah, and now Justin is into Jedi Destiny, and we're gonna see them do different strats on this trick as well. Justin's gonna go out to the left side, which is a few seconds slower, but more consistent for him at least. Yeah, so he can just hold straight down and get him into position. Doesn't have to use a single coward slash. Very clean from him. So yeah, Justin is coming into 6-6, and this opening section is one of the more, it's one of the bigger RNG sections in the run. You're trying to get torpedo ships, which a third of the ships will spawn with torpedoes, and then you need to get 8 of them total to destroy all of the Star Destroyers. Justin's going to be doing this with 1 player. Looks like Zack messed up Ultra Kill, accidentally slashing the Emperor. So yeah, this interior is quite a bit more straightforward than the opening. You're just trying to get good torpedo targeting and hoping not to blank. And Justin with a double blank. He only had 5 torpedoes, so he has to go back. If he had waited just a bit longer to get a 3rd torpedo on the X-Wing, he would have been fine. But that's such a rare thing that you don't really bother to, like, account for it. As Justin is in the core, moving pretty fast. I guess he did probably blank on the previous pair. Oh no, he blanked also on that. He's already shot the core. Wait a minute. Yeah, he just couldn't get the brick. So he blanked on the IT targets, and he didn't realize that before he shot the core, and he didn't have another torpedo, so there was just nothing he could do to get the brick. Can't say for sure who has an advantage. I think it's still Justin. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge mistake. It makes the race is much more interesting than it looks then. So yeah, Zach definitely isn't out of the race. I mean, there is the IT thing, and also plenty of chances for him to make back enough of the gap. So yeah, as Zach comes up on the Kashyyyk ending, Justin is going into ruin with library skip, which is honestly like the least consistent part of this episode now. We've seen a lot of very large swings in this tournament from that trick. So here we go. If he gets this first try, he's looking very good going into 5. Alright, 1 miss. And second try. This last level in episode 3 is very consistent. I don't expect to see any problems there. So the focus is definitely on Zach as he approaches library skip. And first try, Zach. Falcon Flight, there's a very wide range of possibilities for Falcon Flight, so it's hard to give a true evaluation of where the race is at. I would still say Justin has a clear advantage, but I would not be shocked to see Zach head out of Falcon Flight.
We were now approaching the final episode, and Justin had a sizable lead. Missing the out-of-bounds transition in Jabba's cost Zach dearly, and it was a mistake that was only made worse by a series of unfortunate disco skips right after. But there was a single thing weighing in Zach's favor. Justin's torpedoes blanked when he was trying to acquire the infinite torpedoes extra. This is one of the most vital red bricks going into episode 5, as it saves around 40 seconds in Falcon Flight. Without it, there's a difficult out-of-bounds clip Justin has to attempt if he doesn't want to rely on the RNG for torpedo farming.
So yeah, dropping out player 2, he is definitely doing the out-of-bounds. And he's doing the left side out-of-bounds, which is a bit slower. You have to... you're losing time to the method of getting out-of-bounds with those flips. And also you have to go around the mini-kit room on the left. Okay, I think, oh no, okay. No, that works. Okay, I'm not too familiar with that out of bounds, how it works, but first try. It's pretty annoying tech to deal with, so impressive to get it first try without any expectation of needing to do it.
Thanks to the out of bounds, Justin had protected his lead, and he was now in Dagobah. Zach was still 2 minutes behind, and everyone was holding their breath for CCT.
Yeah, at this point, I think we're almost just waiting for CCT to happen. Any time made up here is unlikely to matter. Like, either Justin has a disaster on CCT or he doesn't. And if he does, then I guess the time here will matter again.
We all knew it would be the make or break for both runners.
But now we get into the main event here. Really, it's just these next following 3 rooms that determine if he's gonna win this race or not. All he needs to do is avoid a disaster. And again, I'm not totally sure what he's gonna do in DV1. I think, yeah, he's just doing fast DV1. Like, the race situation, it makes no sense to do. And you see why. Now he misses it, he has to go all the way back for every attempt. But he's just so out of practice with regular DV1. Like, I think he just prefers the consistency in terms of, like, doing what he always does. And second try, this breaks about even with regular DV1, so just fine outcome for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see Zach also go for fast DV1, just knowing that he needs it probably to even have a chance. But here we go. This is the big one, DV2 skip. He's not even going to play it safe. He's not going to get the respawn. He's just going to see if he can get it on this first cycle, and he does not. And you see the problem with no respawn. He has to wait an extra cycle than what he would have to if he went for the respawn. Though also, waiting the extra cycle just gives you more time to properly set it up. And second try. If he doesn't run into issues, which oh no, he's not high enough. So the kill plane there is very high. It's less than the height of one jump. So you have to get very close. It's hard to know. If you get close enough to the top, you'll see Luke's lightsaber pointing through. But there is a window where you won't see his lightsaber, but it'll still but it's still like high enough, and he thought he was in there. I thought he was in that window too. He must have just been barely too low, and he's not been able to get it since. It's probably pretty demoralizing to have that miss, as Zach is going for fast EV1. That was a really good edge jump, and he got it. This race is not... I mean, look how they're in the same room. And there's no sign of an end for Justin. Yeah. I don't know. They were both on this same elevator. And Justin missing it, that's gonna put Zach ahead. He gets the next attempt. First try and he's ahead. Wow.
It's actually crazy that this is not over. Wait. Okay,
Zach just went for fast.
right.
Oh, got it.
Well,
Oh my god.
it's a match again. It's a match
What
again.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
There's no way. Wait, Justin's okay. He's still on DB2.
This Zach's even with him now, basically. Not quite.
There's
but
no way.
one DB2 skip a time.
Oh my god,
I
dude,
believe-
what the fuck?
Justin, you're perfect CCT. Oh, you can't even get on the panel right now. If Zach gets his first try, I'm actually so I'm out of here.
Oh yes, god, yes! What the fuck, god? Zach, please.
Oh my
God.
It's not over.
Oh my god!
As Justin gets it, so it's not over. Yeah, Zach had a good DB3. We'll see if Justin can match. Good panel jump as well. So Zach has a pretty commanding lead, even if Justin gets it, and he doesn't. I'm sure there's just a lot of emotions for Justin right now, knowing that he probably just lost the race to that trick. He was so close to, it was so close to working. And so the tournament is on the line. If Zach just closes out this Bespin, if he doesn't have anything, if he does not make any major mistakes or have any other big disasters, he is going to win the race. All right, quick setup for door clip. Pretty bad civilian there. He's going to ruin his first proper setup chance. Still almost gets it. He has another civilian on him. That's Justin with a good Boba fight. Finally a chance to just get his clean 3 jumps in, and he does get it. Left a little room for Justin. It's getting a little closer. I think if he can keep this helmet, doesn't have to deal with aggros, then he's still just fine. Okay, they're 23 seconds ahead or apart going into this mid-platform. Justin can save a bit to Zach's. It was not a great one from him. Still, I don't think that's enough room. End platform probably wouldn't see more than 10 seconds of variance. So unless Zach makes a mistake on box clip or messes something else up, he still has this. Yeah, and he gets box clip. And this is, I mean, it's the victory walk of the tournament. He just won this match with that CCT. But yeah, into the end platform, pretty good. I haven't seen many deaths. Droid's getting in the way. That's annoying. Justin also onto the end platform. I just killed himself on the wing of the... Okay, there's the Beach Trooper. There's the Falcon door. And there is the victory. Zach is your TCS Any Percent Tournament champion. Congratulations to him. Coming through the winner's bracket, not a single loss in that tournament. As Justin is just finishing up, not far behind. He had a much better end platform. Congratulations also to him coming up through the loser's bracket to claim second place. It was an incredible tournament. Like some of the most insane races I've ever seen in this tournament. I mean, they had to work hard to get to this point. So they definitely deserve the placements they got.
And there it was. Zach went from 2 minutes behind to 45 seconds ahead thanks to that one skip. Justin tried as hard as he could to make up that difference, but fell 15 seconds short of the win. This shouldn't be looked at as a choke from Justin, but rather a clutch from Zach, and a testament to just how difficult DV2 can be when there's a tournament placement on the line. Not only that, but we can see from the beginning of Escape from Echo Base that there were external factors messing with Justin's focus, things pulling him away from the screen. In a run where leads can change in an instant, it's important to be able to play uninterrupted. Despite the tragic unfurling of Justin's lead, this tournament was insane. Community golds, tied finishes, insane comebacks, and one hell of a way to end it off. Everyone who participated in this gave it everything, and if you found it at all endearing, you should make sure to tune in to the 5th annual LEGOthon on July 12th, where there will not just be LEGO Star Wars races and runs, but a whole variety of games being ran over the span of 3 days, with all proceeds from the event going to charity. I'll even be commentating a run by DeHamster, so keep an eye out for that. There's more information in the links below, but I won't keep you for much longer. Maybe there's moments out there that capture what LEGO speedrunning is all about more than this tournament. Or maybe not. Maybe there's still yet to come. New runs and improvements are made every day, and it's just a matter of time before yet another player blows everyone out of the water. If you want that to be you, well, then you better start practicing. I've been BD1P, and I'll see you in the next video.